G'day, and thanks for joining us on what is set to be an awesome adventure. It's a VIP holiday on the beautiful Fraser Island.
Yeah, mate.
What's up, mate?
We're going to be spending our weekend with some massive fans of the show to get their reaction to this place. We'll introduce you to them a little bit later on. How nice is this?
Not wrong. Also today, behind the bars at the notorious Boggo Road jail.
Is as it was when it closed in 1989, like it's a veritable time capsule.
The cute locals on Queen Island.
Shampoo, conditioner, you know, doing his hair for him.
Full treatment.
And the exotic tastes of Indonesia.
I feel like I just ate a meal through my nostrils.
Awesome.
For over 119 years, Boggo Road Jail in Brisbane was Australia's most notorious prison, filled with some of the country's most infamous felons.
These days, the only people you'll find behind bars are tourists.
And it might surprise you to learn that the jail offers one of the best family-friendly tours around.
Welcome to Boggo Road Jail, everyone.
The man who opened the jail to tourists is history buff Jack Sim.
Righto, come on in, everyone.
Jack and his team offer a range of experiences: ghost tours, prison movie nights, even tours led by former prisoners and guards. But it's the family-friendly history tour which Jack loves the most.
We get a real big kick out of you hand a kid a padlock or get them to open a cell door and get them involved. You know, it gives them a real sort of palpable feeling of what it was like to be an officer here or be a prisoner behind the door. You know, kids are looking for immersive things these days, and you don't get much more immersive than being taken to a notorious prison, that's for sure.
Is it being used?
I hope not.
Oh yeah, I think that one has been actually. That's daily life in Boggo Road. Our history tour is aimed at like every age group, so mum and dad can come, nana and granddad can come and bring grandkids. So we try and make the stories accessible to whole generations of people.
A story that the kids always enjoy concerns Boggo Road's cutest inmate.
A three-legged cat who lost his leg during one of the jail riots called this cell home.
The cell also belonged to a prisoner called Dan Fritz. He took care of Tripod and even had a small hole cut so the cat could come and go.
Tripod, the three-legged cat, was one of the most well-known prisoners here in the 1980s.
Other highlights on the tour include roll call.
Up against the wall. Bessie Johnson.
Yes, sir.
And free time where families can roam and explore by themselves.
There's Home Sweet Home up there, Justice Now.
Two girls who have loved their tour inside the jail are Jasmine and Alicia.
Oh, like there's heaps of history about it.
I think it's just like really interesting to learn how they lived in a jail compared to like our everyday lives. Feels like you're back in that time.
Feeling transported to another era is something few places can truly achieve, but Boggo Road excels.
Well, what we have left here, number 2 division, is as it was when it closed in 1989. Like it's a veritable time capsule. Heart of a developing city. It's quite a remarkable heritage treasure that we have here. It deserves to be protected and conserved for all time.
Yeah, definitely.
Explore Boggo Road Jail these school holidays. To learn more, head to our website.
Next up, Scotty Hillier from Creek to Coast joins us on the show, and he's brought turtles.
Make sure you stick around after the break. I'll introduce you to a couple of the locals here on Queen Island. Come November, the beaches from Bundaberg all the way up to the Great Barrier Reef come alive as mother turtles come ashore to lay their eggs. And around 6 to 8 weeks later, the baby turtles hatch and make a mad dash for the water. But it's a tough old world being a baby turtle, with only 1 in 1,000 actually making it through to maturity. So the ones that do make it need all the help they can get. And it's places like this that are more than happy to provide a helping hand. This is the Coin Island Turtle Rehabilitation Centre, sitting amongst a handful of other islands in the Gladstone Harbour. Little honey, have a look at that. How old's she?
She's probably about 7 years old, based on her size.
A member of the public found Honey injured on a beach in Yeppoon. They then called Coin Island, where Richard Gilmore answered the call. So what should you be doing if you see a floater or an injured turtle?
Well, if you're not sure if it's floating or injured, which is the hardest part, call us. Yeah, call us and we can guide you through it. We can talk about it. We can take videos these days. We can drop pins onto what location we're exactly at, so we can come and either help you or guide you through it. FaceTime, so we can see what the real issues are.
In their 6-year history, the rehab centre has seen more than 200 turtles come through their doors. And mate, day-to-day duties?
We've got a group of volunteers that live on the island, and they spend anywhere between 4 and 6 hours a day just looking after the turtles, preparing food, medicating and cleaning.
You've got me for 2 hours.
Done.
I'm ready to help.
Jump in.
Not the big pool, I'm happy just to but you've got me, I'm ready to help. Alex Stevenson is one of the volunteers here on Coin. He's a marine biologist all the way from the UK who couldn't resist working with these amazing animals. And today he's working with Frankie. So Alex, Frankie's the lucky turtle that's going to get my help today.
Yeah, he is. So what we'll do is we'll start off by cleaning down the carapace. That's the shell part, really. There's different sections that we need to scrub, and I'll show you the different sections where you can scrub a little bit harder and where you need to be a bit more gentle, because it can be weaker in certain parts. On the main section of the carapace, all around here, you can go quite hard just to get off any layers of algae that you've got there.
Okay.
And then on the outer sections here, this is where you need to be a bit gentle, and on the underneath, because it is more fragile, okay? And then you can also do, if you just be a bit careful in the eyes there, you can do there. This is
just the top of his head there?
Yeah, this is what we call shampoo, conditioner, you know, doing his hair for him.
Full treatment?
Yeah.
Okay, Frankie, there you go. Look, just a little, there you go. Yes, you're going to get some pilchards and squid shortly. It's going to make you look sexy for your dinner date, yeah. Many of the turtles will come to the centre malnourished and underweight. So during their stay, Alex will weigh each of them daily to make sure they're putting on the kilos and getting their strength back.
With Frankie, he's a bit bigger than Honey that you saw previously, so it does take 2 people. So I'll show you first. So what we'll do is a grip like that, around in on the shoulder there, as close to the body as you can get. And then with the other hand, you'll go underneath the carapace, not too close to the back because that's a fragile bit. So around about there, And then on my count of 3, we'll lift them up and we'll turn them onto the scale, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, a bit of weight there, Frankie.
And if you just pop them down there.
What's he going to come in at?
39.2.
There you go. Happy with that?
Yeah, absolutely. He's putting weight on.
That's good. Do you get attached to any of them? I can see you love the animals.
You do, yeah, you shouldn't, but you do. You do, because at the end of the day, you know that it's for the benefit of releasing them back to the wild, but everyone's human, and you do get attached, yeah?
Alrighty, Frankie, time to get back in that big feeding pool. You can learn all about turtle preservation on our website. And while in Gladstone, we can recommend a stay at the Oaks Grand, well-equipped rooms built around the beautiful old Grand Hotel.
We just pop them on the edge there. And then what you do is you lift the back of the carapace so it doesn't hit and away we go.
There he goes, little Frankie. He says, whew, what was that all about?
Nah, he likes it. It's like a spa day.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it is really, isn't it? A little treatment.
Clean, feed. He's just missing a bottle of bubbly, that's about it.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to leave here either.
I don't.
Next up.
In Indonesia, we don't say bon appetit, we say selamat makan. So selamat makan.
Selamat makan. Selamat makan. Tentaram is an Indonesian word meaning peaceful and serene. But you could quite easily add the word delicious to that definition.
Wow. Hi, Liz. Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
This is your hibiscus lime juice with all fresh ingredients and no sugar added.
What a welcome.
And a beautiful jumu ball for you with fresh ginger and turmeric.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
You've got to love a cooking class that starts with eating. This is Tenteram Fine Foods Cooking School and Retreat in Currumbin Valley on the Gold Coast.
Okay guys, today we're going to be making an Indonesian banquet.
Justin and Kay Reeves run weekend cooking classes that celebrate bold Asian flavours and exotic ingredients like candle nuts, lemongrass, turmeric and ginger.
In Bali, when you're going through the markets and in the mornings, you get this smell of the ginger and the turmeric cooking up with honey, and they have what they call a jumu drink, which is like a tonic, and it just helps to keep everyone nice and healthy. And Kay's got some there for you to try. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Lovely. Spicy.
Very nice.
And with that healthy kickstart, let's get cooking. Our first challenge is preparing an authentic nasi goreng. And for that, we need a little heat.
So I'll just show you a little tip how to remove the seeds from a chilli. So you can see here we're massaging the chilli, so we're breaking the binds between the vein and the seeds, and then you just roll it between your hands gently.
Wow.
And you can have a listen, it sounds like a bit of a maraca now.
Yeah.
Yep, so all those seeds are floating around inside that chilli, and you just chop the end off, just give it a tap, and start rolling it back through your hands, and all those seeds will start to come out now.
This cooking class has everything from kitchen tips to how to handle traditional Balinese implements.
It's got some weight.
Yes.
It's a bit of a workout.
It is
for
a
your
workout.
arms.
It is a workout.
And through it all, our hosts shared their love of Southeast Asia, where Justin grew up.
Look at that. That's starting to look just like one of my favourite dishes in Bali.
That's it, beautiful.
Talking about Bali, we could be in Bali. You've done such a good job of creating a great atmosphere.
Well, that's what we love about here is when we do our cooking classes, we take people on a journey and an experience. Probably a generous serve because it gives you really great flavour. And just taking our love of Indonesia, their people, their culture, and passing it on to people here on the coast is what we're really passionate about.
I grew up on Stradbroke Island, and my grandparents had the first tea house ever on Stradbroke Island, so I learned to cook with my grandparents. So that can just be cooking away now. It's not just a cooking experience when you come here. As Justin said, you could be in the middle of Ubud in Bali, and everything we do is authentic.
Authentic and incredibly aromatic.
I feel like I just ate a meal through my nostrils.
Awesome.
But the big sensory hit comes at the end of the class, when our Indonesian feast is ready to eat. Nasi goreng, beef rendang curry, and satay chicken on lemongrass skewers. I feel like I'm back in Bali.
You must get so proud at the end of the day when you're plating all this food up and you're in such a gorgeous surrounding, and for you this is home.
Yes, it is wonderful, Liz. When we don't run the cooking schools, we have two beautiful rooms that we open up for B&B, two luxury rooms with their own en-suites, and people get to enjoy the pool and all the beautiful outdoor area as well.
And it's not just that overnight experience, you're also running workshops and meditation classes.
Yeah, well, it's not just the accommodation and the cooking school. Kay and I are also long-time meditators. What Tenteram means is spiritual and relaxation and tranquility. What we like to say is body, belly and mind.
Yeah! Tenteram Fine Foods is a cooking school and guest retreat in the Gold Coast hinterland, 10 minutes from Currumbin. Cooking classes include welcome treats and a banquet lunch. Kay and Justin also make their own range of all-natural curry pastes, sauces and relishes. Head to our website for the details.
In Indonesia, we don't say bon appetit, we say selamat makan. So selamat makan.
Selamat makan. Selamat makan.
That's absolutely
amazing.
delicious.
Amazing.
Mate, it is good to be back on Fraser Island. Like seriously, there's not many places in Queensland you can enjoy a sunset like that over the water.
And it is stunning today. You just enjoy it because tomorrow we've got a massive day of entertaining. That's because after the break we meet the winners of our Fraser Island holiday competition. So stick around.
Beautiful. Did you hear about the competition Queensland Weekender ran on Facebook? To win a trip to Fraser Island?
Well, we think it would be awesome to share that time with, what's their name? Luke and Cody, and show Queensland through the eyes of people who've never been there before what an incredible place it is. Most of all, I'm nominating this amazing young man here, my 13-year-old son. I want to take him away, this awesome young man, and show him 24/7 permanent fun. So pick us,
We're so happy that Louise and Toby won the trip. And we got to invite runner-up couples Julian and Zoe and Kim and Stephen. We hooked up with them as they passed through Kingfisher Bay Resort on their Fraser Explorer 2-day tour out of Hervey Bay.
So this is where the real adventure on Fraser Island begins. The largest sand island in the world. And just how big is it? Well, she's 123 kilometres from top to bottom.
Megan Wilson is one of 26 tour guides who have plenty of practice driving these tracks every day.
Any hot tips for sand driving?
Have a big bus is a good start. And these beasts just would about get through anything.
Our first stop is one of her favourites. It's Lake Mackenzie.
Check that out for a view, hey?
Yeah, it is beautiful.
So did everyone actually use the bathroom up there? Because Megan was just saying that this water's actually that pure that if you pee in it, it does come up bright yellow. So while we're here...
Let's go to Brisbane. Oh, Toby's in.
When you're not like laying on a beach at Fraser Island, what's a usual day for you and Toby?
Well, our normal is not very normal. Yeah, Toby's older brother is 16, but he has really high special needs. And so he's non-verbal, still in nappies, can't walk or talk, and he has severe uncontrolled epilepsy. Just for me to have a shower, I have to say, Toby, can you be with William? So yeah, we just try and have as normal life as possible, considering it's not normal at all.
There's a lovely family looking after William this weekend, so it's great to see Louise and Toby having fun and getting to have a good look around. What are the reactions from people that are seeing Fraser Island for the first time?
A lot of people are quite surprised. I don't think it's what they're expecting. Surprises them how much vegetation we have growing here on the island, which is something very unique to this area. This is one of the only places in the world that you can see rainforest growing out of the sand dunes.
And it's pretty special inside the rainforest. Have a look at Wangulba Creek.
Sometimes it takes people a while to realise that the water's actually clear. We get a lot of people initially thinking there's a milky scum on top of the water until they realise that is crystal clear. We're looking straight through to the sand and debris below.
Giant satnate trees are a feature of the rainforest. Their timber used to be sent all over the world.
How long have they stopped the logging on Fraser Island for?
It was going for a long time, starting in the mid-1800s, and it actually went right up until 1991.
Yeah, right.
So quite recently.
Can we all get around it and join hands?
Is that when it became heritage listed, or?
Well, the World Heritage listing took a little longer, so they started recognising some pockets of the island as national park about 1974, in the 70s there, and then didn't receive the UNESCO World Heritage listing until 1992.
It's not far from the forest of Pole Valley to Yurong Beach Resort, where we're all staying. We've come in the back way, but it's tucked behind the dunes 2/3 of the way down Fraser's east coast. There are plenty of rooms here, and a pool, bakery and restaurant. It's a great base for a four-wheel driving holiday of any sort.
And I reckon this guide is the way to go. if you're here for the first time, like Toby. So what fun facts have you learned about Fraser?
I've learnt that the size of it's pretty big. It's 123 kilometres in length, and the widest part is 22.
Jeez, you're going to be a tour guide soon.
Yeah.
Details of the Fraser Explorer 2-day tour from Harvey Bay are available on our website. It takes you to all the beautiful spots.
While you're online, visit our friends at Queensland.com and Queensland Rail Travel. You can keep up with our travels on Facebook and Instagram, and keep tagging us in your pics. I know this lot has already. So is everybody having fun? Yeah, well, that's good, because we sure are too.
Well, we're going to say goodbye for now, but we're only halfway through our 2-day adventure.
So make sure you join us next week for more of a look around Fraser Island. Cheers.
Cheers.